just go across to the management at Concor. They are joining us live. The CMD at Concor is with us. Can you just talk about profits that have seen a sharp uptick on a YOY basis? Could you highlight the factors that drove this possibility?
No, this business was very good. Last year we had exceptionally very good year. And every quarter we had record turnover. Every month we could achieve a record turnover. And overall, the business has really grown well. And we crossed 4 million TEU handling. And as the guidance given by me, the PAT has increased by more than 100% and we recorded 1062 crores.
If I look at the momentum on the domestic front, it's been pretty strong, pretty robust for the last 4 quarters, greater than 20% growth in the last 4 quarters. Will that continue?
Yeah, that will continue. Domestic, we are seeing good volumes, good potential there, and demand is there. So more and more commodities are adapting containerization, so domestic demand will continue to be there.
So when I look at the Capex that you have announced, it's a great Capex of 8,000 to about 10,000 crores over the next 3 to 4 years. But if I look at the past 5 years, the run rate has been about 8 to 9 billion or about close to 800, 900 crores. Can you just tell us why such a sudden jump?
No, it's not a sudden jump. See, the whole issue is the analysts, they think that it is a sudden jump. It's not a sudden jump. We were giving this forecast, and in fact last 2 years I am talking about inducting more rakes. We gave a forecast that we will be inducting some 270 rakes 2 years back, and out of that we started that rolling that procurement action, and last year we added 24 rakes. These are all high capacity rakes. So the program is there, and then containers, as you just mentioned, the domestic demand. That domestic demand, when we are seeing that upswing in the domestic demand, we want to add more containers. So the containers and the rolling stock. This is the maximum component in this Capex program. So this is the Capex expenditure is in tandem with the demand growth, and that will take us, the company, to take into the next pedestal. So the turnover we are expecting to increase further. Like this year we had an operating income of 7,500 crores. We are trying to go into the higher levels and to achieve 5-figure turnover incomes very soon in the next 2 years. So that's where we are looking at, and the Capex is mainly mentioned for that. Otherwise, if I look at the traditional spending, earlier what we were doing, procuring very few containers and then a limited number of rakes and more of terminals, that Capex program will be same at that 8 billion, 9 billion.
Okay, Mr. Rama, just hold that thought because wanted to flag out what's happening with Bank of India. The numbers are just out. The profit figure has come in at 600 crores and that compares to a lot less last year as well. And the NII has come in at just close to 4,000 crore rupees and that compares to 3,000 crore rupees last year. We are seeing a spike on that counter and the gross NP ratio has also cooled off on a quarter-on-quarter basis. So maybe we should pull up the intraday chart of Bank of India. A huge spike as far as that counter is concerned. So we'll keep tracking that. Mr. Rama, coming back to your conversation, you answered the question about Capex because that was the key worry for the market and the investors as well. But as far as your long-term target is concerned, you're talking about doubling your revenue. You're expecting your margins to come back to 33 to 36% band going forward. How do you plan to achieve that? And what's the expansion plan going forward?
The question is very vague. So you wanted to know about our future plans?
Well, yes, go ahead and talk to us about your expansion plan, sir.
Yeah, see, look, we launched a new product in domestic segment, that is movement of bulk commodities in normal containers. And particularly we are concentrating on cement movement, and cement because in India the total production of cement is about 370 million tons plus. And most of the cement consumption is actually in bulk. But because of the difficulties and the constraints in the transportation, the cement is bagged and transported. Now we are now trying to give a solution to the industry where the cement can be transported in bulk itself So the production of cement is in bulk, movement is in bulk, and the consumption is bulk. So we are expecting good market there, the potential where we can tap the virgin market. So that is one a very big area where domestic demand will be growing very fast. And in EXIM, it's depending on the export import out of this country, and we are seeing a good upswing in the manufacturing as well as primary commodity exports. So that will bring in more business. To add to these things, the DFC started functioning, and that has bring in the transit time guarantees. So more and more the traffic is moving from road to rail. So all these factors put together, the expansion plan is that to carry more cargo, and so while carrying more cargo, we started giving the value-added services to our customers, making end-to-end logistics solutions. We started a service called FMLM, that is first mile, last mile connectivity, from last year, with a special emphasis on giving this from all our terminals, both in EXIM and domestic segments. As well as we also started giving a total business solution, where it is a one-stop solution for a customer, where all the services will be taken care of by Concor and its associates. So these things will be bringing in a lot of business to us. So accordingly, we planned for our, let me complete. So accordingly, we planned for our rolling stock acquisition, container procurement, as well as terminal infrastructure development.
Okay, Mr. Rama, take your point. And since you're there with us, can you please tell us about the divestment plan? How's the progress on that front? What's the timeline we should expect of the same?
See, the divestment is on the cards. That's, I think it's more or less clarified very well by the government. And divestment is done by Deepam. So when and where, how it will happen, Deepam will be giving you the details. But yes, the issues concerned with the divestment, they are getting addressed. I hope something will come out very soon positively. And as of now, I can share this much with you.
All right, sir. Thank you. Hope once you have more to share with us regarding your Capex plan getting executed, things being moving on. So we'll once again get a chance to talk with you. Thank you so much, sir. Congratulations. Great set of domestic numbers. I think that led the way, and you've increased your Capex as well, showing your commitment as far as domestic growth is concerned. Now let's